ɛwɔ Sevilla ekurum ho ensensem bebree na aba fa game wei ho wodi bebree na atudwa by Real Madrid for the statement by say omo nka bia da say omo mbo final no and Spanish Football Federation in Penyinfo Referees Association in Penyinfo who Spain say after 40 minutes meeting with Real Madrid no omo nka da say omo mbo omo nka da say yen change referee no so the babonti enra nyira no the babonti ni nyina kyerese na enye no kre so sansensem ne ye de beto nchen na ye focus no e wo game nim Ken Barcelona target this season so budget treble La Liga Copa del Rey na UEFA Champions League se Barca betime win sa treble na sha ase enanadwi na be me hu se Barcelona betime win omo treble na so omo ntimi win sa treble no so ene Barcelona be wura game nim abra o mani bre level of seriousness ebe shoot akosoro because sa target of winning treble no sha ase na anwumre Real Madrid for him say omo season no enye the best omo season no aye rough kakra but do betimi dia compensate o metitafo ne omo fans ne say ombeje sa trophy we abro omo die free Barcelona bobuko ni nsem enti so mutimi win sa trophy we free Barcelona ho na in a way ebetima compensate Real Madrid for fans no and this season in particular Barcelona eche Real Madrid we bia wa show 4 no wa show 5 Real Madrid form pese beto to miensa so Madrid for beko all out ken obi bia oni mi bia nim se me ye Madrid ni kese me ye strong Madridista by the bia me wo ma asema me ka say se ye betina afidie we so ye betina microphone na chi a me nkasa se Real Madrid ni me kasa se me ye pandit abra me ye fair me de facts and figures abra me use data ye de tactics analyze na ye timia ye objective ewe analysis any outcome ye de beba enti me nkasa se Real Madrid me kasa se obi a me ye pandita me ye objective abra me nkam obi a no kran ye di tudwa ken me hia coach bi se on be kan kire me hia magician me hia prophet bi se on be kan kire me say this season Barcelona is better than Real Madrid me hia se coach bi na be e wo so ne ka kire me say ball na ye boni sese no Barcelona ye ade se Real Madrid se wan kasa wotena se na wo check Real Madrid na wo check Barcelona boboko ni mienu a e so clear say Barcelona currently e better than Real Madrid which we Real Madrid near just accept that fact say currently Barcelona e wo soro second me no mienu ekosi akan two teams ekosi akan na within one single season watch wa show 4-0 watch wa show 5-2 a se osano ba be hie biem a or that psychological edge over sa team no in this case Real Madrid ne Barcelona mbehie ne no this season Barcelona di kan Real Madrid 4-0 wasati na se ne 5-2 so for the third time ye game we mu no because Real Madrid lose 2 times against Barcelona no and Barcelona psychological edge over Real Madrid so we check the mental aspect of the game ye game nim no mentally Barcelona for no sound than Real Madrid so about the mental aspect of the game Barcelona was through Real Madrid jitum some mental aspect of the game currently Barcelona was through Real Madrid Carlo Ancelotti a top class coach Hansi Flick ade se wo the two coaches ni nyina gina ho na wo show obia credentials na wo show obia portfolio wo show obia profile Carlo Ancelotti was through bebre say Hansi Flick na this season se wo hwe dwumadi a Hansi Flick aya why better than Carlo Ancelotti se wo hwe from two teams no Barcelona is here kan Real Madrid is here kan o petima se coach nsanu adwuma ekoso o petima se coach tactically we improve team na Barcelona Hansi Flick and it's two coaches ni behia na who show be in terms of the tactical aspect of the game also as Barcelona coach in a shape of Hansi Flick so from the tactical aspect Barcelona say better than Real Madrid this season say kind of cry Barcelona is here kan Real Madrid is here kan why need me apply the principles of play why no see kan collective aspect of the game say omu see kan understanding bi wosoro omo ball no omo ball no question bi wosoro Barcelona and in terms of collective play Barcelona currently wosoro say Real Madrid in terms of individual performance individual play Real Madrid were good individual materials. Barcelona were good individual materials. By majority of Barcelona players, no, currently, our form as a Real Madrid bobo no. And it's a game, no. Nipa do na aka Barcelona ye favorite our game ni ma. Sa nipa ne far from right. Because every aspect of the game, clearly Barcelona was through as a Real Madrid. And to mini nipa do na ye again say, game na ye kobono, ye nyanshe game na se no. On paper, or analyze the game now. Barcelona a favorite ahead of Real Madrid bobo no. Name football na ye bono. Enya time bia na de ye favorite to wini. Ye she game na se a obetimi ko ye mistake. Na de ye favorite ni mpokra na hano. In discipline, sa team ye favorite no ni player timi ko di red card na obo numerical disadvantage na akọ etia no. Enti enya time bia na obi ye favorite a ye ka se o win game. Enti untimi so right Real Madrid off because Real Madrid so nye boboko kitwa. Efa won say this season your man ko ye mfa ma Real Madrid no. Uko share Real Madrid da untimi underrate Real Madrid by Ken no kre. Barcelona a she game na see as favorites. This season Barcelona's strength pano your attacking face and omukra ball and a Barcelona strength. And anytime you have Barcelona biano say omukra ball na omu attack here say Barcelona who. That's the reason why so far Omasha 152 goals in all competition. And it's a Ukosia Barcelona. The first thing I was to me making sure so by say how I best stop Barcelona on attacking face and how I be prevent you almost say to mean dominate war for 90. So Real Madrid ne Carlo Ancelotti bet me win game we are. And how our Real Madrid best stop Barcelona in terms of Barcelona crab ball and how our Barcelona base attack. Barcelona area game we no Lewandowski, no Baudi. Our game we mu. These are two key players at the Hansi Flick in the system this season. So Barcelona is here kind. Na Baudi will game nim, na Lewandowski will game nima. Or my approach is different. Anytime be about Lewandowski ne Baudi, our Barcelona game nim under Hansi Flick biano. So omo attack here. Baudi operate as the patrol winger on the left side. Okosro no above from. Because about the be operating as a patrol player no or allow Rafinha say obe movie inside na Rafinha act as a deep lying poacher no movie inside na Lewandowski operating as a boss dominator and the opponent in the box in him time be Lewandowski dominate to a box in him na Frankie de Jong act as a conductor na Pedri act as a controller na Lamine Yamal operating as obi obe expand the opponent no. So anytime be about the Lewandowski our Barcelona game biano Barcelona style of play is different. By an enemy game no Lewandowski enemy Baudi enemy. So there will be a little tactical tweak. Tactical change kakra from Papa friend Hansi Flick without Baudi and Lewandowski. And hon common yebedi. Say na Lewandowski NCA kind. Baudi NCA kind no. How Ben Barcelona be first to attack? Kwan be from be first to show mu team. Kunde ebe operate as the right back. And you most likely say Gerard Martin ebebo as a left back. Gerard Martin na attacking contribution to Baudi. So there will be a limitation of forward movement because the moment I be allowed Gerard Martin say on attack it to Baudi no actually hobe exposed kakra. So in this case mostly Baudi NCA kind na other player na bebo the left back. Papa friend say Hansi Flick decide say Barca be use the 2-3 build up. 2-3 build up ni say omo build up. Kubasi ni Inigo Martinez and be the first phase of omo build up. Abrante friend say Kunde and Gerard Martin ebe close to the pivots. That's Frankie de Jong. Na ababe ye 3. So anytime bia uni Baudi e game nim no Barcelona use the 2-3 build up. So anytime bia no hu Kunde and Abrante friend say Gerard Martin ebe close to Frankie de Jong. Se omutiminya sa 3 players no e the second phase of omo build up and no anabe allow Pedri say obe operate sa freedom with purpose obetime move into every single channel every single zone because when you have freedom as a Pedri edge ball na on side ball into operate freedom with purpose. So without Baudi Barcelona ebe use the 2-3 build up against Real Madrid and sa 2-3 build up no ebe ma Barcelona for enya numbers e the midfield. Because that 2-3 build up no say omo body apa obenya controller obenya space invader obenya obi direct game no obenya obi mo big game no and obenya obi odi steal ebebe mfimfin. So anytime you attack against Real Madrid no or Frankie de Jong or Kunde or Gerard Martin or Pedri and what Dani Olmo. So our 5 players in the midfield without Baldi, Barcelona able use the 2-3 build up. Lewandowski and Siakai. And Barcelona and said that a typical boss dominator. But in this case, our branch friend Lamine Yamal on the right, Rafinha on the left. Now we have Ferran Torres in the midfield. The Echani say Barcelona ebenya a typical and a proper fluid attack. Se team enya a proper and a fluid attacker. A team an attack ni easily. Otimi extended pressure. Onjina baby fako. Enti se ne ubehu Rafinha on the left side. Otimi move ba mfimfin. Ferran Torres now operate as a number 9. Otimi call left, Otimi call right. Lamine Yamal no obejina the right side. Otimi move into every single channel. So without Lewandowski, Barca enya boss dominator. Rafinha enya boss dominator. Lamine Yamal enyo play obejina box nim a dominate. Ferran Torres enya typical number 9 obejina box nim a dominate. So without Lewandowski, Barca enya a boss dominator. By Barca benya a proper fluid attack and no anaye the biggest advantage for Barcelona ne. Because only Lewandowski, Rudiger, Raul Asensio entimi nyaman to man. Anytime you say Rudiger, Anna Asensio perform very well. Checking strikers, omo man to man, no metimi maki omo. By Rafinha no on man to man, onjina baby fako. Ferran Torres onjina baby fako. Lamine Yamal onjina baby fako. So Real Madrid entimi come man to man against Barcelona attack ne. The moment Tabe come man to man and I'm say Barcelona attack, and move into spaces, omutimi drop betray no. O come man to man na we just space e we ho. So Barcelona fluid attack on Benyano, ebe play big advantage for Real Madrid. And no be Real Madrid for every metro, no match chom to say homa. Because omunja be fako. Big disadvantage for Real Madrid. Lewandowski no see akaino. Madrid enye a boss dominator from Barcelona enye out of the game. And so what check Real Madrid again this season. Say omu defending in space, omu defending space, omu ye very poor kakra. Madrid a defend the ball, omu ye poor kakra. And Real Madrid a defend the blocks, omu ye poor kakra. And so what check Real Madrid this season ye can blocks in football, there were 3 types of blocks in football. Say Real Madrid for air press high, no more yes a high block now. And ye coordinated. Se Vinicius Junior shall say so press higher, only obi ambe support it, and you coordinated. So anytime you know, Real Madrid for high block, and also more high press, no, and easy so be breaky. Se Real Madrid for the medium block, and answer the mid blocker. In Finfi on omuja spaces war, so and found say on Benya numbers from Finfi on a stone nano, who say in Finfi or typical example, Real Madrid against Barcelona king. Just example, ya mediamawi. Who say clearly, Real Madrid for numbers in the midfield. By checking the number of spaces I had, still none and from one numbers are remedy for 150, no. Barcelona for 8 million spaces, no. I was a medium blocker. So Madrid is switch medium blocker. Among team closest are available spaces, opponent and breaking spaces, no. Madrid decided say on better deep. I had the low blocker. Omu go penalty box in Pocrano. Yes, I spaces are already exploited Real Madrid. Typical example where a big game against Liverpool. How many Real Madrid 4 players do Mancasa have? But look at the spaces that Liverpool for exploiting.
But Kwame, Madrid was strange.
Yeah, babaho. Yes, you said you man ba. But so what check Real Madrid or your blocks ni na high, mid, low. Ni no just spaces. Okay. A big problem at the Real Madrid pro team no. So adia Real Madrid for be here to stop Barcelona. A compactness. So Real Madrid to me compactness na. Real Madrid for Barcelona be exploiting spaces because so Pedri, or Lamine Yamal, or Dani Olmo. These are players are even what tight spaces on make my break you team no. So Real Madrid make many good results against Barcelona. And how a Real Madrid for retaining compactness on make me any that space oriented marking, closing the available spaces, no many ball oriented zonal marking. Or more focus about ball so. Now Real Madrid for taking advantage of transitions. Barcelona weakness ye. I have to say Real Madrid for strength. Barca a defender in a high line said you be enemy no. And Barcelona a team back and now say omu throw more players up front in it no. E ya na omu high line tie exposed. And on teams ne tie de Barcelona bo buku no. And so what take teams omu tie Barcelona bo buku a omu take advantage of omu runs. By an enemy problem e wo ho say. Mbappe enye 100% fit. Yes, Middle.Ancelotti decided say Mbappe enye 100% fit a obeko a 4-4-2 diamond. 4-4-2 diamond no. E say 2 players on lead the attack, no. Ebeye Rodrigo and Vinicius Junior. Not Jude Bellingham, I operate as a shadow striker. So in this case, our players me and San on lead the attack. Ediama Real Madrid no one. was a omutimi time omo runs ni omo forward runs ombeye omo diagonal runs or so ye no e was omutimi time na omo anye offside bebre se Real Madrid for any more for timi time omo runs na balls ebeba deliveries ebeba na ye accurate ombetimi dia punish Barcelona for Barcelona without Baldi baby a teams ne tell you to be exploit your pano the left side sa left side ono e hoso na wadri gombe operate free so enye mo wan say ene anytime be a Real Madrid for ba attack bia no on betima overload baby a Gerard Martin wo no okay on ma overload you a Jude Bellingham be fa ho bi kakra wadri go be fa ho bi kakra Freddy Valverde be fa ho bi kakra enti Real Madrid for advantage of money say on be time o runs no and adu be beat Barcelona high line delivery se be kon be effective ken Real Madrid for e was say omo avoid selfishness wo game we mu Real Madrid any more for no eni so obi aye se chenchina me na wo se me shegu okay because chances no be nya bi enti so mutimi avoid this individual selfishness now e be playing advantage for Real Madrid and Barcelona are weak recently in defending set pieces say if you go some tie concede and na make catch or say Barca are strong in scoring goals from amuti set pieces so may improve but Barcelona are concede goals from set pieces by can you know say oh kind of cry majority of Real Madrid players na 100% fit too. Fellow man did not about the left side no only 100% fit. The left center back Rudiger only 100% fit. Valverde only 100% fit. Jude Bellingham only 100% fit and only form ankasa. Vini and said any form. Rodrigo
come a final.
A final
a final.
Metia see a mentality be able play by players ne sharpness a key. So ko final now players sharpness e form a affected. Okay. So you know can make kind of cry. Going into the game, Barcelona is a favorite to win, but no one should underrate Real Madrid. Barca is a favorite unless they own penocre. Born na yeboni CC no. Barcelona is ABS and Real Madrid.
Well,
ain't Barcelona favorite?
Barca favorite, okay. Kwame Jela Ediano no. Mamusa National Police in paying for no. You know about call your police juma. Fame call on America. Mamusa dressing room. Others on a dressing room no. Omo den krama no kwa. Omo do omo ekwe de ado bi de bomb ko sheba bia na. Ana omo suro for bomb announce saying enti Lakatuya stadium no. Baby players na better dressing room, both dressing rooms. Madrid ne Barca dressing rooms so nyina no. Eno omo den krama where's no dos no bia.
First one, Barca dressing room.
First one, the Barca dressing room. There's a 1-0, Anna. There's a name for the Chalo to Kruma, Yazam okay. Until the Omo, okay.
Coach Benya Kwaya Church and Yamani Chapel.
Until Omu say, no, for my confirm say. Players in a bit me, but idea we a very important. I heard the
in patch of the Biwada,
so be far, dear, a bit me a pretty penny, not the cotoa, not the time, yeah, at Toswa. Nipa be brew.
An idiot,
once no one is our Rex and no to a moon finding. A moon finding, and after such we know, will be anywhere by more Bassa area.
Debbie. Omunya ye wie pe no ano.
Omunya ye wie no ano.
Omunya take control. Accreditation. Na je say bia se say omu wie a team manager ene mazefo no ombe ba be arrangement jesi ni ade omde betoto. Nti se woni accreditation ano cannot enter.
Okay.
And one nti say ano pay die kopie no no. Sisi ano moye sad right after this.
Omo CZ stadium no.
Omo CZ stadium no.
Omo take control.
Officials no na be take it over.
Okay.
Until for now no dey cost like a 3 hour.
Clama we dey say no hunyo husa.
Enye enso nyame yo. We dey enye enso nyame ye ni bi ate. We dey osnifu bi bi obehu akasa akasa. I say wo mo nua ne no ti mi hwe nipa wo.
Aya on hwe baby ala me yama de no no. Say the band in Indiana Jini Dimpa, Crown is a
famous chain place in Bibri or Mobo or Spanish La Liga.
Ah, now we could tell and I just say, come ready,
Kennedy. Very popular, very popular. But it is what it is. They expecting a huge game. Nah, quite expected. Obiabe try to play the psychological aspects of the game. What I say, because game we. Psychology plays the game very well. Madrid wanted to take advantage of referees in some you know, to create chaos. Send Yebeya, ye lusua ibetimi aka send the referee Bobby Crown on there will say yes say. You see, intentional. I think say Madrid knows very well say Barcelona ball no more bibia betimi yes. Until let's create a window, and they took advantage very well. And they really took advantage of the situation. In say no, and right for minutes 1, every single minute will be analyzed by the Madrid team very well. Say, VAR for now was kamuflowe, hey Yanka. It's psychological aspects, they wanted to take it serious. Me, two teams asamu si ni ye kan asi we say ba ko pe na enye so ba catch us omumienu me say Spanish football referees in some na ye omumienu a eno ansam ye si ye asi we say na bi si da wo Spain say Barcelona for Madrid for mo pesa and then mugu ibi si pe mo Barcelona ya mu ye bi join me television no na me kasam chiro 2000 season. That's like 25 years ago. Na me watch John Amin Kasem. Copa del Rey semi-finals. Atletico Madrid Eshe Barcelona 3-0. Now some kobo second leg. Second leg, dates no what they share na international break in mua ye be start so resume ya. And Barcelona so omuni players. Inti yes dates na La Liga force ye mfimu. Kramo ko ball no. Barcelona force ye players yes 7. Na 7 no chese den kwada ani bi kan but emrana na yede Copa del Rey those days ne say chese wo youth players miensa pe na obetimi dia ka ho nti Barcelona the youth players ne kan one is in 10 players and Barcelona for say yeah monkofo ne semester recall your players they can play nti that time Rivaldo Figo Clivert omunyina ko international break and so mo Barcelona for so yeah monkofo ne semomo you know what Barcelona did Famicom television, John Mu television. Mo hear the Barcelona for ye. Game now. Let's go Madrid for Abba Park. Barcelona for so Abba Park. Pep Guardiola na oye capito no di team neni.
Me hu na me hu se sa nombe. Pep Guardiola.
Me pa cho pause here. Jose Mourinho na tiwo ejina ho no. Jina ko echi kakra. Jose na ejina ho no.
Na Pep kan na Jose kan.
It is Louis Mahal and na ye coach. And Jose na assistant. It Jose na ejwe nanim. So was ye mu na Pep Guardiola and the lead team no Barcelona aba park no no 10 players 10 players spend on the bar park enti mab game no ko enti omura no Barcelona force so assist shoot bench for no hwe Jose Mourinho Louis Van Gaal omunyina assist shoot and Pep Guardiola and buy no omura park no so omunyina aba begina echire wo and Pep Guardiola rap park no so and no ne referees no mo kokasa enti Pep Guardiola na a captain no president na on so the camera to no so Pep Guardiola na ya no catch up place munyina mo free park no so ko mo free park no so ko and no pam munyina no ko
ase me mo Javi o mo ko na Javi na kan na
nkwada ni bia de mo kan na Javi kan
na Javi kan
yeah mpanyifo no na ye Puyo Simayu ni Segi Gabri mo ne ade Pep Guardiola on the fees no kwaka say am and mo se chinchina yembo ye the 10 players pe ne buy nti mi mo bo no and na opamo place ni nyina so mo nko and free park also.
Natana Atletico Madrid so mo 3-0 first leg
3-0.
Tina just omu dwana mo person bobo second leg.
Sa no kofo esusu.
Omo so say omuni place.
Enti say le tournament no yen say ne kakra no ibia pen. Omo mi no obi aye bi. Mitina me awo asam mi pese meji atu because asam ne ba no mo create scenario. Let me debunk another myth. Another thing people normally say, and Real Madrid for no Copa del Rey you funny serious. Na Barcelona for no funny serious into no magic bebrebe no. It is a lie. Barcelona bought Copa del Rey 42 times. Omako finals. Maku 42. Madrid akwa finals 40 times. 40. They have lost 20 finals in the Copa del Rey. If they are not serious, do you think they will go to the final? Omako 40 times. So. Let's discuss the game. Ken, I think you say there is a general knowledge people are beginning to accept the fact to say Madrid for no defense worse. I understand they have a porous defense and yet But if I tell you, say, league na bono, Barcelona conceding more goals in Madrid, I'm sure you'll be surprised. Because the general myth and information around town is that Madrid for defense, they yet they've considered just 31 goals in the league. Barcelona considered 32 in the league. It's the real fact a woman say two teams don't defense your porous or be a defense in yet. But most of the times the argument is that Barcelona defense then offside, offside. The last time I was telling you, Barcelona conceded chances, Papa. Opponents create chances, but just that they are wasteful. It told me no defense in here. Now the difference between the two, they say, Barcelona for no winning one, only a little more than tower. Madrid for no, they cannot score goals. The last time Madrid share opponents 2-goal difference. Say match opponents, match 3-1, 2-0. Ebia 2 goals difference, you know. That was way back in February against Girona. I almost say Girona 2-0. Apart from that game, Madrid have bought games Makumaku 14 times. Nina 2-1, 1-0, 3-2. Can you imagine? 14 games in here. Omuntimi said teams bear 2 goals difference. Meanwhile, in the same number of games, Barcelona are scoring goals. It's a difference between Madrid this season and Barcelona this season. They say Barcelona drew any more Kofono or Meshao. Madrid have a problem. Senye sa. The last 2 games here, Yabi 4-0 Barco. And Barco so see 5-2. Into 2 games, you know, a 9-2. 9, you know, and about Madrid Falcon see this high number of goals, you know. It's clearly, analyzing these 2 games very well. Kid, the reality woman say, Nima miensa, and I think say Madrid should look at. First of all, let's go into it. It is quite obvious why Washa Madrid Barcelona game pan say. Madrid lucky adibi. Adiane say ye bo game na Madrid esha 1-0. Na Madrid de ball pa Barcelona are composed. They don't give the game up easy. Till ya starting game. Madrid are share 1. Madrid are playing very well. The impossible Barcelona team na Diego. They are more composed. They play their normal football. Though Madrid is dominating. 10 the page. Se Barcelona share 1. Na Barcelona a baller. Madrid team no ejigu. Sa lack of composure anytime they beat Barcelona. Na Barcelona pass ball no. No winner ball ni be ma. Barcelona team no. Sorry, Real Madrid team no. They forget about tactics. Na fe team na Diego. Na fe they've resorted to Yanko Chano. Min pussy way, min pim way. These unnecessary antics. One say Madrid has started air concede goals. That's the problem. First thing I want Madrid to look at and say, game or no, there is no way Madrid can dominate Barcelona in games. Barcelona, they are possessive team. Team a passing ye, you cannot dominate them. So it is quite obvious. Say, oh no more bar. On me taking possession, on me ball, but some more pass here. It does not mean he say lose composure, lose temper, na chobi, na copy mobi. To one say, idea was some more tackle, no, as some close spaces, no more wobu. Na fi Barcelona taking. Into any time, yeah, a hardly possible say, Madrid, Asha Barcelona attention a crowd to say, if I do remember, 2 years ago, I'm sure 4-0, 1 between, but most times, Barcelona for Chibas Madrid, I'm sure we be. And I said, no, it is not as if say Madrid for more ball. Over to me, you lose space. Bad 30 minutes, so much on 3. So 30 minutes, you know, Madrid they lose their composure. No. What did I show you? Say, for instance, 4-0 now. No, show me. First half, it was goalless draw. Second half, you buy after pass Pedri, the man Lewandowski said, wah, no Madrid team in Diego. Now if it goes, no, at what was so sad. Okay, the 5-1. Madrid scored first. Say 5-2 no. Madrid share first goal. So we catch us a game named Daniel. Can we need But even after 1-0, no Madrid no more ball. Barcelona kept their composure. No money ball no. Your boy a normal ball and for a show. Sad Diana Basawo, Madrid in no. I think that Carlo Ancelotti should start looking at that. Because every play role. Barcelona, what they will do today, and they say they will get Madrid players frustrated. You be passable on the side. Okay. Point number 2, they say Carlo Ancelotti and the lineup. No, he needs to accept the fact that so the lineup should be based on Barcelona's lineup. Let me explain. Barcelona for strengths, and what now they be Madrid for lineup. Barcelona strengths in the saying Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and the left backs Gerard Martin and the bench now. Inti omu used to wing sini pa first. Inti Madrid 4-year lineup. Ubo Lucas Vazquez, unim say Lucas Vazquez, the defensively or you poor. So whoever plays in front of Lucas Vazquez, as I said, defensively obuano. And notice that my lineup no. Me say Kylian Mbappe ne uncle no still na se na ya ne ya no me dwendwe wusuma Madrid kakra because say Lucas Vazquez bobo 2 I was sorry for the advantage na right wing go. Ideally Senka Rodrigo Goes ne form no ho pa ka we say some pa for Rodrigo Goes ento but nan say me hu jafo yie me hu Rodrigo Goes yie because SSM Madrid find ways to help Lucas Vazquez. Follow Mendy 3-1 Albono. Ken, say Carlo Ancelotti. Woman best left fullbacks away we say he will choose Follow Mendy or Ginidi because defensively, of you say Follow Mendy better actually most of the left backs. And no say Follow Mendy Bobo Biano likely so the Vinicius Junior eto number 11 ho. Internet me susu say or Bobo Vini 11 ho because Follow Mendy so you fit there or Bobo Vinicius Junior on the left. Nature say, first of all, we are solving our fullbacks issue. Afei, Barcelona engine pa ni Pedri. Ken, how do we solve the Pedri's problem? Okay, yataka asembi say, Sima, possessive ball be dangerous. But Sima, possessive ball essentially 4 passes behind the ball, more dangerous. Let me quote it again. Any team that possesses the ball is dangerous team. But team will be also possess the ball or some sort of 4 good passes behind the ball, no, or you're more dangerous. Barcelona is a possessive team, yes, but today they possess and they have good passes. And until we are more dangerous, no. It's Ken. Mami Pedri asam na menka asam twa na me de be wura Pedri conversation. I'll come back to the Madrid strength. Hwe afi games a Barcelona bo biano. A team decided so be city deep biano. Barcelona still creates chances. Why? Because their defensive midfielder Opasi. Their number 8 Pedri Opasi. Dani Omo no about 10 opasi. Center backs in no. Pau Kubasi, any Inigo Martinez, Omo pasi. It's Barcelona behind the ball. They have more than 4 good passes. Na Mpempi, do breaking pass and a pie Pedri. And no, and they may come 100 for midfield and I say, how are they going to organize themselves in midfield? Because if you give Pedri space this season, Pedri, the other kind of football. No, aside they say my jibbo, me try me home, my tenny, my passy. Say the Pedri, the other kind of this season. They say Pedri to me passable ni. Nanano, omone, mama the other one. And nano passable be at the Lamine Yamal. I'm a Lamine Yamal ya 1v1 pass ni. Na bo we say ya. Enka Pedri am for bona basu be bring. E shimi say Lamine Yamal say born. It say Pedri no. Or the pass I can game in the home. And as I say, what you born in the free Barcelona and same one, or Timmy Sanso attacking to acquire any engine. No, so don't give him space. How do you not give him space? Then, and yeah, as I said, anytime will be there should there should be one player always close to him. And no, I am me whom Madrid for defense in here. Because they say, as I said, Anya be a Pedri footballer. Someone should close to him. Someone every time will be someone should always be close to Pedri. Sanya Beya, the passes ever sideways.
Last year, na Madrid show me home and away. Barcelona team, yeah. But the same place. No more show me home and away. Almost show me home away. Dear na Madrid for the better. I know my team the show me because that number paying count. To know my boss our front three no. Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo ne aye jubileum. In Chatora be a jubileum living in Kujina anymore. Now Rodrigo I would Rebecca Midfielders no one fin. Na born anything. Na Madrid for to me keep born because I no more Tony Cruz in here. Or to me keep born. And no more pass it better, running more. Into more number running or Ebasa Pedri mumum. Some players no mukra born be no munya born be cran on my day. Because the piano more run a coba. Madrid from passable better this season. Passing. Especially final third person.
So you are talking about a Madrid with Tony Cruz.
So inti only one player penalty maybe.
No, but it's yes, as a say omuni ni so profile ni bi wo. They be someone
because omoje born omo timi pass. Part 1 2 3 make last season no.
Okay.
1 2 3 passes. Edu ba bi ko omo timi pushi Barca for no so kakra. Time yes omo open up. Time yes omo defend. It no more better. One players na can in other so. Even almost say you included with another player or no cross and will pace more. But this time round, so omo passable na omo lusu in them. And na baby and your somo pass na omo yeding. Omo pass. And adia ba ko I am one Carlo Ancelotti. We are 5-2 na. Planify. Starting na
1 year
long. Yeje 1-1 long. Yeje 1-1 long. And one of the city no. But sa ball ning na so we say a defensive errors in the mass I go near them. E buy na nya star no.
Okay, fine.
We city the that boy Diaz also.
Yeah, Ruben Diaz.
And a Barca the na defender ben. And yes I'm mistaken.
1v1
about the
advantage.
And say original so sa or the games ni bebre emfa. O the co game be ma game Barca na work no. Now Frankie de Jong as will be a ref you know. He's even better. Yeah. Inside games now, you have bonnet players in 4-0 no. Or buy in a game near day because near 1-1. No 0-0. Second half or buy in a game in a society. Enti Ukrabo no more. And a Pedri will form. Enti se Okaso Bobo Dani Omo and I say Femi Lopez back up a crack and one. As almost a dominance. They got to a many people.
Exactly. So you see, I'm happy you are raising this point. Barcelona, on time ball long passes. Time at Madrid they will Tony Cruz no. Those long passes comes through him from midfield. Barcelona's midfield today are short passes. But short passes you know too accurate to the extent he said team players 5 which now short passes from Dani Olmo, Frankie de Jong, Pedri.
Between Olmo and the boy no one had any because about Frankie de Jong no about Pedri Dani Olmo I don't think say who be here.
Onim number 10 nebo our Barcelona team in chain Dani Olmo. The Insia Femi Lopez ne arguments ni be when say Lewandowski when ye on press it. And a Femi Lopez no one day on the pressing and Pempi sa Lewandowski be born naya. And was say Femi Lopez ni jina 10 send beya or more pressing a 4-4-2 a Femi Lopez ni beya one day Jumane Diamano. But if you are Ferran Torres who is young, energetic can runner, you don't need Femi Lopez. So Dani Olmo is okay.
Now Kwame analysis no can be say who say Lewandowski in hono. In hono be ha Madrid. Say e boa Madrid in the way because almost center backs and pay those kind of players. Mobile say man marking and those things. Say more without a proper number 9, a better movement. Ntebasa e be den diama Rudiger ne Raul Asensio wine is more pekeno. Because we na be draba obi abeba be peball no bi abo se Lopez kra mo na se o musambe eden esam be kan wo dia e be yem pass outside your penalty box na ba ko movie na then pass na eden na pass na ko woni se Lewandowski eni ho no e be bo Barca na se e wiki no mo team no because onim go ni che chomo ina
No, but I any day I prefer Lewandowski. I prefer Lewandowski because lethal. Born never turn anymore. And these games. Exactly. So you need someone who is clinical. Okay. Short passes, no. Power. You see, one of those things are the coach can surprise us. He said Daniel Mas a false 9, Femi Lopez as a 10.
Non drop of Ferran Torres. What him saying, sir?
Because it's one of those things he can do.
Because point in Ferran Torres and Ferran Torres will Copa del Rey.
On our form.
On our form. Under normal circumstances. As in Madrid for starting Hendrick. But say Hendrick and Ego can on Ferran Torres.
But Lewandowski fit and Ferran Torres on start.
It is Mbappe ni hono quote into me nyasa akukudro ne say me start Hendrick.
So Mbappe DNA 50-50 because the 9 still now no fit Otumika obre on say uncle so the no under odi Tumika say Mbappe in your feet, I'm not too sure he would want to put Hendrick there. So the game is that okay. So on your feet, not becoming 4-4-2. Obebo Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Junior as 9 and 10.
9 and 10.
Which say I would prefer Vinny 7 in call left wall because he say Vinny left wall no. I want them about to me bopa. Now my Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo Goes
9 and 10. 9
and 10 instead. Because Jude Bellingham again, honestly, Jude Bellingham or when him go piano is dangerous. Jude Bellingham no or ben penalty box now or ye dangerous a chain Rodrigo Goes money. I'm telling you this. Rodrigo Goes no or Rani but say presence of Jude Bellingham when him no dangerous. So I would always want to see him around the box. So I would prefer Bellingham, Rodrigo Goes as 9 and 10. Brahim Diaz on the right.
Na Carlo Ancelotti 9 and 10 now Bono Ederson. Say o starting say bonus a game no you fan say omulusu control kakra bi no mo ba akira. Number 10 no bebo number 4 and I won hwe. Omo nyina ne na manfimfin, omo ne na manfin da bi omo but omo wani mu omo say omo ye da bi an think ne ye means stop away why? Because oba Arsenal no thinking about Saka or thinking about Martinelli.
No but Ken.
Now o bebo against your friend saying
Barca.
Obeba game Barca. Or more important player like Lamine Yamal. What other na on share on also the players in the club because they be a weekend attackers, you know. Especially we say Jude Bellingham. Born the best starting on the match. Not on the Memphis. Rodrigo Goes ebeba be can right back, you know. There say Vinicius Junior na ball left. On so enti ombenya ball no bia no within center circle you know. Munni Samuel de bia is always thinking about opponent, you know, threats. On thinking about on the players in the trait.
On the strengths, you know, normally the idea of Carlo Ancelotti is that I have individual players that are very good. We jab on the more when a counter attack situation, transition situations.
Okay.
On what advantage? But can you see? Get any say?
Mama chama me didn't come
game no. A funny affair. A 2 coin. I understand Carlo Ancelotti by knowing very well saying it's a drain opponent strength because the defense is weak. Rudiger on your feet, not the ball. Follow Mendy on your feet. Lucas Vasquez on your day. Into the back four, you're 100% a Raul Asensio and a Tibu Kutu Obejinichi Wada. Into clearly he understands his problem. Into what the Okaso also your problem. However, the other aspect of the coin, which I do agree with you, they say, seems in Keti a breachy Barcelona defense high line and almost breaching easily. Especially, and they are Yebe Gerard Martin, Ibe as I said, Real Madrid taking advantage of Gerard Martin position order because just open baby far a Gerard Martin. It's I understand say defensively, Madrid needs to look at issues, but offensively, so no Madrid will advantage. Barcelona highline on one bonus several times. Opponents the one pass, it's mere breaking side line. Interestingly, who Vinicius Junior, who Rodrigo Goes. I mean, these are good runners. If Kylian Mbappe is not fit, that's about these two players. These are two good runners. So I understand. Yes, defensively, yes, but anymore. Madrid needs to also open up and create chances.
No. Okay,
advantage Barcelona.
Advantage Barca.
Final.
Chairman, na boko there.
Na me adum bibia boko.
Wo dey send there wo ho a bibia be kama. Some say United for you more team.
United for the SNMD can Madrid.
Yeah, United in Libya.
Oh, Dudwana.
United for you now.
Manchester United in Madrid, dear. Come from Memphis.
Okay.
Dudwana. Name the Aqua see and say. Who heard the performance of the Real Madrid team? No, I heard the performance of the coach Carlo Ancelotti. No, I can carbon, no, what TBF. And then you ask yourself, sir, does Real Madrid have that kind of arsenals? The baby Barcelona now. That is the big question, Ken. And then come idea, I'm a Barcelona. Why you now? It is because of a certain coach. A friend say Hansi Flick. You say what Hansi Flick has done for the Barcelona team this season. Coach, a friend say Carlo Ancelotti. Be my Real Madrid now. To me, it is a no. It is a no in the sense that the kind of quality a Real Madrid Bobo Nikitano. Any players in the modern mono. Time a bedroom was a coach. It is a son and sa. No, yes, certain changes. As a son and sa. Emma Real Madrid results and I am difficult at the Amano. Very, very difficult. Eddie Carlo Ancelotti in Real Madrid Bobo Kono. Ken Carlo Ancelotti this season. About matches are big games. I was a coach taking charge. Now all your near mama the team in winner. It has been difficult for coach Carlo Ancelotti. Very, very difficult for coach Carlo Ancelotti. It is a Okwa Hansi Flick. As we speak, psychologically, Hansi Flick in Barcelona was thrown at the chair Carlo Ancelotti. In the sense that Hansi Flick has 100% record versus Carlo Ancelotti. Carlo Timino. This season 2 times no Messiano. Watch at 9. And a Real Madrid actually just 2. It's that kind of mindset and the confidence. I will coach him and all the Barca game with him. 9 goals. And what consider just 2. It is a dream. I will trim. I want to man to the trim. I this season ya. And no more Baba Bishia. Oh yeah, no free one more. As I was saying, big games. I was a Carlo Ancelotti. Yeah, magic. Real Madrid. You know, can Ababa be a problem? Eddie Carlo Ancelotti. It started from the Champions League. Teams like Lyon, Real Madrid, and now Chelsea. Liverpool. Yabo group stages of the Champions League was the best team. Oh, the group phase of the Champions League. But Real Madrid no actually 2-0. Oh, AC Milan. Eba Banabao versus Real Madrid. Can AC Milan eba besha Real Madrid wo Banabao no? The whole season in all competitions. Now AC Milan in team ko winning game were away. But they got that confidence. Eba ball Real Madrid at the Banabao. Eba besha Real Madrid a convincing win for that matter. Arsenal performance against Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid performance against Real Madrid. It was league mu and then the Champions League. Even though Madrid the Atletico Madrid free mu. But the performance of the Atletico Madrid team against Real Madrid, at least they got 1 win and Madrid 2-1. It was decided on penalties. You know quite fast Atletico Madrid the free mu. It is a coach he decided big games at the Amani team no. I had difficult at the Carlo Ancelotti. Oh yeah, no free one more. The last 2 games are Barca and Madrid are ball. This season. Emu bien one of my Real Madrid for possession. Until clearly. Even when Barcelona Bobo need the red card. Real Madrid and Timian possess ball better than Barcelona. Until the channel say, per teams in the mean one who are any ball no more bono. Omu game way more. Definitely. A bad ball say you possess na a Barcelona and a Bayer say Jumano. Ken. So Barcelona possess here. What Real Madrid has to do when they say they have to defend and defend very well. But problem I'm all Real Madrid defense in the man say the man who is supposed to be the leader and organizer. For Real Madrid Bobo Kono or Chile Honomono, this season the performance they were from. The leadership qualities they were from in terms of a Chile Honom for Real Madrid. It's Rudy Ganan Kasane says oh you leader no. A suspect. And that is why we have problem. And now Barcelona defense as him. Now come on, make me stand to the tester. When you be a Crampa Inigo Martinez. All my good performance, no. Not also control the back line. And the Barcelona Bobo. Can you say same about Real Madrid? Debbie. It was a Real Madrid could rely on a young player in the shape of Raúl Asensio. For Thibaut Courtois, he has to be at the party because pressure never back. adwuma na wayama Real Madrid e La Liga nim no in the Copa del Rey final enne Kenneth so yes adwuma ni bi edema Real Madrid boboko no per clean sheet on the third best goalkeeper e was Spanish La Liga nim after Jano Black and Ramiro of a Sociedad Tibu Koto keep 11 clean sheets e was Spanish La Liga nim e di say adwuma na waye wo league nim dia Real Madrid I will keep you almost till this time no he has to do that same job enne in the cup final for Real Madrid boboko no defense ni yes adwuma ni wia another problem am who Real Madrid team no and say Real Madrid in fin no when it comes to energy levels any form one player and a recently ubetimi abonidin Tchouameni he is young or energetic the money was so pa so Madrid ubetimi stop Barcelona they have to make sure they put the brakes on Abrante friend say Pedri can problem ni say this season pe player wama pass the soccer final third of an opponent in the Spanish La Liga pa Pedri and I say Jumano 752 passes into the third half of the pitch. It is say yam fa ball no na yam pia ball nem fa nko ani mu de he's not a player obe kita balls de dia ba eche no I draw pressure de ama Barcelona there bi obema those forward line passes e de akọ ani mu ho he's done that this particular season 233 times more than any other player and as a midfielder that was Spanish La Liga nim nipo obeno Lamine Yamal it is a whole stop Pedri mpo Lamine Yamal na all my goals ni assist to any mu hono no enso to me draw back e be fa balls ni be release the coin mu e ma Barcelona boboko no he has done that 519 times. The big question is that or ball na Pedri able or the kind of form of Frankie de Jong womb and how good and solid he has been and the kind of shield and the cover out the midfield of Barcelona now you're a single out player so no kwa na me adwuma stop these midfielders say the be a boss in inflow na Tchouameni in kwa na obeboni dia that is the big problem. Can he do it alone? Jude is a player obetimi a difference maker at any point in time obetimi a sakra wiem time bia but he's not in that good form. Luka Modric not in that good form. Tchouameni no our boss a defensive midfielder for Real Madrid. Definitely there's going to be pressure on Real Madrid. Most of the time we join the defense. No support we chiro. If the players that also putting brakes on Omunim Pono, a bigger problem. And so the Ama Brantiano. And I believe say Real Madrid our quality no yes correct. But the kind of footballer Barcelona about this season, how good they have been, how solid the Barcelona team has been. Ken, I just say that phrase in football say BB team see. And I remember many GDS Madrid team BB. But in terms of form, in terms of good performances, how is he decided big games this particular season? Me call the Barcelona boboko no. To the Real Madrid, our quality, no doubt about it. But I see Barcelona doing that because the trouble now Barcelona is so much do some person no e chance ne
okay
team sure say na there Kwame na team from ba
Kwame na team from but
because we trouble no we nya chance ya na the Kwame Sakura na chance
also akofa semaba Sakura na be chance ne
e be chance ne
no this year boy you remember
if na Kwame na team from
this year remember
there was a Real Madrid players in a fight you go all out but I believe that the kind of quality of Barcelona kitano from the goalkeeping department
individual players no more quality than Madrid and team no watch Madrid in Barcelona with team as a team but quality in terms of quality there's all players
talking about collective quality
Madrid for Ramos
I am talking about collectively.
Yeah.
Say
as a team, yeah.
Yes. And this is the kind of quality of Barcelona kita, not individually. And man, difficult to Real Madrid maybe to it.
Well,
I see Barcelona.
Me that say fairness. But Chelsea be saying, on be say Everton be saying. None of who says Everton. The last 30 visit, I was Stamford Bridge. I'm to me shebi.
Aye, mo e dey dia mamu. And we Everton free one man. Coach David Moyes na Angasa. Grounds are okwa won hye no.
Stamford Bridge can.
Stamford Bridge can ho. Anfield pan okwa won hye 20 visits. But Stamford Bridge dey na 19.
And ma who hope be me we say ko pa manura training no hye go so. One videos no be. Kwam so. I not to 20.
It's na okona won timi anhya which is highly possible. Ebe ko 20.
On one kasa 19.
On one kasa as a coach 19 times.
And Everton yet 29.
Yes.
But Enzo Maresca said when Timmy Wadia Everton with Timo. Omonya bad at all.
But Ken, after so taking over no. I shall say na name kon pa. But the last 8 matches in the Premier League, Omo manage 1 win.
Okay.
Yes, Everton Boboko no. Enti Emfa Ashasiano was very good. How do Mababe Gina we from the relegation zone. I am sure say after he moved them from the relegation zone, we are relaxing. And the kind of Chelsea and Niswadi Huno because qualifying for the Champions League and far from Chelsea.
Chelsea best player this season, why?
This season, best player. Maybe Caicedo.
Ederson Obama.
I think so no for now.
Kwame.
Between
and then you Kukurea,
Caicedo and Kuku.
There be a Kuku and Caicedo. There be a Caicedo position over Kukurea saying invented a bomb. And somebody better to say. I don't know matter. Chelsea best player. I am Marco Kukurea from season the Bepem way. Ubi no do no. Anna Caicedo. Kukurea one day maybe some between on Omaka invent your own meme. Nothing on now. I know the Belgian ensemble moment to me one view. But I couldn't cry the almost star player. Star player, Enzo. And yeah, what me about one match, come. No, we should be 8. Now, I feel say Chelsea problem when you're almost supporters in the come. Among corner, what Ghana, how more, I say, we are seeing her. Say, on players, if you cry on Pomasama, Uboa.
Chelsea supporters.
On Pepidia Shom. Or Yare. We create and ya, coach, you know, and the way, and and the players in the time with you.
I think, say, uncommon it is jeering to us.
Oh,
and
Mr.
Mencanasm. Season way.
Mencanasm.
Washep 14 Premier League.
No problem. Yeah. Okay.
14 Premier League. 8 assists.
8 assists.
Such a player.
It's right down.
I don't understand.
Okay.
On Drew level, Drew last season. Last season, he 22 Premier League. He said 14. See, the worst season, crown of 14 Premier League. On your striker. What I say,
but still, I know on the best player on the team.
I understand.
Okay,
but the way you could cross someone to say, won't say Kopama no, we play Jan Wedru Pepe, so we are one should go 4, 5, 6.
But born and Casano say one should go there, not a hiding.
Okay,
we'll go no the access in a panel.
It will be unfair to assess Kopama based on good.
And some year no so free man fair to other players because goals no so the same players now.
Kopama, and your goals born or ball he or your proper playmaking. Born or banker sankasa.
Kopama playmaking woman say no go na.
What I say?
Kwame Ebroso say Kopama playmaking. Ebroso say Kopama playmaking dey be a year game be na. Be 6 matches and now trap pass about
okay, for the class and yen the format take way na say
okay.
A lot of Kopama just that Tomon say by
Kopama boys no way money nyade.
Problem Chelsea supporters no. Say oh mo kasa be na say Kopama hwia no mo dey akoso obi.
Dey say Kopama say goaler. Madrid ko yede. Nicolas Jackson o yede. Pedro Neto no mo yet. Inti say no Chelsea team ni nyina ya kukura kwesi Kopama tiri so nteda one say goal no mo the pressure ni nyina kwato. He's doing his part. Season plan was okay. Kwame me pa mo cho. Afi obi a we hwie pa with England. Eh me feel Foden. Also obi a ye din obi anka na asam. Why is it that pressure is on Kopama? Foden away shemu this season. As I said, Kopama feel Foden. But the English guys are quiet.
No prepare this season.
Why ya? Say Kopama should prepare.
Premo the boy.
Oh, ba ko na no mo so ya.
Adia ba ko Chelsea for hwe. Say o man win against Everton. Top 5 no be qualify for Champions League in birthday because omo ni omo be compete no. So one share Everton or Newcastle or match. Newcastle per top 4
on Nottingham Forest.
On Nottingham Forest. On United.
Nottingham Forest last game.
City grounds.
So what's the Chelsea share Everton? When to me and
Sabo no mami jama Kopama na me big player.
Kopama
defensive.
The more is by those and say we win by set or show. papa.
Now draw masters.
Sanko no okay. Nana Moses Rodrigo so akobe 30 something games.
23.
Yemfansu na yemra because sa game na nkasa na ma Renfi say amofa at the live commentary baba. But Bafo Polo dia na me de to animenti. Me so ayadia na wape Bafo Polo ntade ne bi. Bafo Polo line is 0249 600 789. 0249 789 okoba common tade ne bi obo nse kwa me ma bobo bi kama sana ne tade ne TNT yemfa eno ensio beginning 0249 600 789 okay yemfa ensio na mentwa so emfa mfio nemo ema re Lawson Enterprise no